This is why you plant white clover. It's filled with bees. Bees everywhere. I let it flower all of August. And they're just all over the place. And that helps. This. Make sure I don't bother anybody. There we go. We got strawberries, perennial bed, and asparagus. I weed it every once in a while. I mean, not huge. Most of the strawberries are done now. I've kind of let the runners go to repot for next year. Some of them are close to the asparagus there. Asparagus is third year now. Marigolds are perennial, and I pluck them because they seed so well. And this straw, I didn't replant straw in these beds. There was radishes. I know it looks all torn up. This bed has really gone to nightmare shit. There's marigolds kind of coming up. Thistle, which I don't mind at this time of year. I leave them for the ladybugs. Year end. Peas I just let go. I got cucumbers in here to harvest. This is all beets for the most part. I mean, obviously other than the weeds, and I didn't really thin them well. The upper bed's got better beets in it, but some of them are of a decent size, you know. They're getting big. I've still got another couple of months and I'll thin them out. But healthy. Eat the greens. Some of the yellow tomatoes are coming in, which is nice. I'll get to those in a second. The corn's eared, pollinated. We had some heavy rain, but it's tall and seems to be doing well. A lot of water. Let's get corn to go. And zucchini, I harvested a bunch out this point today. Grows great in the straw bales. The rest of it's just weed. I don't grow anything in there. More cukes coming in. Another one actually hiding back there. More cucumbers. Those yellow and reds are coming in great. There's a sucker I probably should have chopped. We'll come back to the clippers. Basil. These are a midnight snack. Heirloom cherries. They're kind of neat, actually. They're really fragrant. And they've held on the vine a while. I like the way that they ripen. Just standard American slicers. There's nothing really special about these guys. They're just great sandwich tomatoes. I tried heirlooms for a while. Not big in heirlooms. Another cucumber that I thought was a zucchini that I planted. I didn't really do the straw bales this year. I just kind of let them decompose from last year. But that second year, just plugging a plant into a straw bale, man. Same with the zucchini. I've got hundreds of pounds out of that zucchini. In here is now a nightmare. It's a spring bed. Bleeding hearts on both sides. Chives. I love chives for flowers, but not so much for eating. The heartburn kills me, but and honeysuckle up the fence. But I let a lot of indigenous kind of weeds and things like that take over if they don't particularly bother me. I mean, I'm kind of a fan of thistle, you'll notice. I tend to leave it. I don't like dandelions as much. This squash looking stuff has popped up around the straw bales, and I think they brought in a lot of seed with them and kind of spread things around, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. Pepper beds. Doing pretty well for peppers this year. I got some solid bells in there and things like that. You really got to kind of hunt for the peppers in here, but there's a lot of them. They're all kind of greening up. Some are purple. I got a hefty dose of jalapenos. You'll notice marigolds everywhere. I leave marigolds in my beds because they actually fight off root nematodes. We have a thyme in here. Oh, you see, these dandelions are sneaky because they come up through the thyme. You gotta kind of pull them out. Nice thing with having soft soil is the weeds don't fight you too much, right to the taproot. Same as this little elm sapling. Those keep popping up. Yeah, fresh thyme, allowed it to flower. It's been growing here as a perennial, actually, even in Saskatchewan, which is impressive, honestly. Yeah, I can tell I don't really, not huge on weeding, to be honest, but whatever. And then habanero here, lots of rich habanero kind of going on. Actually, it's like a lot, like tons. And they're continuing. I got ghost peppers planted here. I don't know if I got any real fruit to speak of. I tend to top my pepper plants and they don't like it. I mean, I guess I got a couple. Oh, I forgot I had Boston leaf lettuce in here. Fuck, it's trash now, right? Let's just get that out of there. Save the soil and just let the mower take care of it. If you want to fertilize your lawn, just plant a vegetable garden and then I can mow everything into oblivion. See, this is a ghost pepper here. I don't think I have anything. I mean, there's flowers. They're so slow growing. I mean, last year I got like maybe 4 or 5. It's just, there's not enough hot nights. There's another lettuce here. Use that as a sweep and beat that off to be done with you. Time too. Lettuce is just, you know what I mean, once it goes to start bolting like that, you can harvest for quite a while. But yeah, all my jalapenos, I like cork, so like a lot of people would say like, oh shit man, that's a solid sized jalapeno, I'd pull that. No, I let it cork, which means letting it red. Oh, I didn't do it this year, but I implanted ladybugs everywhere in my garden 2 years in a row, and then they just kept going back. There's actually some ghost peppers coming in there, so it's actually nice. This is all celery on this backside. It's beautiful celery. And carrots. I've been pulling carrots all year. A lot of these are purples. You can see where like all the old plugs are. I got some Denver oranges and things like that, but the purples have definitely been a big treat for me. These guys here, they're actually straight on the sunlight, you can see the red, and they're purple carrots. And as they get bigger, the purple kind of comes out in them. And then there's miniature oranges in here again, guys. I'm terrible at thinning, so a lot out. Green beans, like, you know, nice snacky green beans. The more you pick them, the more they come. Lots of flowers. They're kind of just coming in now. Like that. Just little baby guys compared to, you know, what they become once they grow up. There's a few on there. It's kind of time to start picking them. Trick with beans and actually a lot of plants, peppers are the same, although I'm a bad purveyor. I just leave my peppers to ripen. Peppers, beans, the longer you leave them, they'll go to essentially seed, kind of like lettuce as it goes to bolt. And once they've kind of successfully made like a fully dried seed, the plant just gives up and just goes, oh, I've produced offspring, and dies. I just eat these. I feel like it's weird, but they're good, man. So slicers along the back. I put Romas in the front. They need the highest nighttime temperature. The way I overcome that, so I got Samuranos. See, they look all thin and plummy. Once they go to redden up, they're unique for tomatoes is that they put on their size as they go red and swell, and the weight overtakes the plant. So I've got structures all over the place. This is what I meant by midnight snack. Look at the shoulders of those in the sunburn. Now, I did notice they tend to ripen red, but it's a cool color while they grow. Here, bigger. There's some solid sized beets in there if you can see them. And then, yeah, I've got these yellow slicers. First year I've done them. All these guys will ripen just like that. Nice and yellow. Interesting addition. Peas still coming in. I let a lot of them overgrow. Next year I'm gonna have peas everywhere naturally. That was kind of my plan because I'm way too lazy to go out in March and plant fucking peas. These were yellow beans. They were bush beans. They kind of came up way earlier than the greens, which was nice as a shoulder crop for the early season. And they actually keep coming a lot like pole beans, although people said they wouldn't. And this is, yeah, the celery from the backside. You can see it's celery. I could bind it. Probably should blanch it. Celery is a new one for me. As with carrots, actually, most root crops. I'm a fruity kind of guy. What can I say? Well, anyway, yeah. Well, that's a synopsis on my garden, I guess. Well, I mean, I do have my little reading owl. You need to know about him. He's a good guy. He looks up what he knows before he does it. And I guess I got potatoes, which are just finishing up. These are all russets. They'll all be big ass russets grown in bags. Planted from the bottom, topped up from there. I'll do another video one day when I turn them over in my glass. Kind of create brown bean composts. And yeah. Oh, I got one corn falling over back here. How did I not notice you before? Well, I mean, because you're just reaching for the light. I can't blame you for that. You'll be fine. No, but you're not going to get pollinated if you don't stand up straight. Well, I mean, fuck, Jesus Christ. These corn's a pain in the fucking ass to grow. Not worth it most of the time. Buy it from the store, but having a little plot of it, I'll get out of this whole thing fucking 10, maybe if I'm lucky, good ears of corn. The rest will be small. I chop them up and put them in salsa. Fuck me, does it ever encourage beneficial insects in the garden? I always find, especially in the early spring, the small leaves are just covered in ladybugs. And then strawberries. I guess they're still technically, there's a good little strawberry there. Just a little strawberry. Now, way more fun in the spring when there's actually strawberry, but fuck it. Wash your vegetables, by the way. Don't do what I do. I just eat them covered in dirt. But yeah, Pretty cool. You see the bees working my beans now. Extracted from the clover. Clover is an aerial signal. It's been around for a long time. It's not indigenous, but it's been around. Got some burn on that jalapeno, but that's all right. He's still just hanging out, having a sun bath. Well, you know, the packs of habanero coming in there all over. Habanero are prolific. You can grow them in Saskatchewan. They're actually very hardy. There's a hot pepper, jalapenos as well, ghost peppers, you know, Carolina Reapers, shit like that. Anything that's a cross, get rid of it. But yeah, it's all wax. It's all growth. Top your peppers. Covers the ground cover. I only got 4 drip lines run laterally, and then the whole base of the beds is firewood. But 2 years, only organic manure and city compost mixed in with mostly just standard potting mix. Yeah. And then obviously mix over and compost. I let Winter do my composting for me. But yeah, well, if you bothered to watch all the way till here, thanks for watching. I did nothing with that side of the yard this year. I just whatever came up, and it was actually quite nice. All the flowers from all the garden beds of old that I thought were weeds, and I was pulling them. So kind of a chance to experience what comes up at the yard. But cool. Well, it's a beautiful day. Happy Sunday.